How to know when it's time to let go of a crush. Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about how to know when it's time to let go of a crush. So basically, I believe the best way to tell that it's time to let go of a crush is when it's very evident and it's become very clear to you that this person that you're crushing on doesn't feel the same way. And it can be really difficult when that kind of thing dawns on you, when that kind of thing happens, because I don't know about you, but I pretty much grew up with like the Disney movies, right? I was a 90s kid and Disney was like a huge thing. It's kind of like happily ever after, romance comes easily, you know, all the things about like soulmates, the one, you know, these kind of like romantic kind of kids movies. And I like loved those kinds of movies as a kid. And when I got into my teenage years, like I really loved romantic comedies and things like that. I loved love songs. I was someone who just loved love. I mean, I even have love in my surname. So, you know, it was just something that just consumed my life. Like I was a big, huge romantic person. And that's how I thought love was. I thought it was like this huge romantic thing. I found like the story of Romeo and Juliet really, really romantic. I loved all that kind of stuff. And I thought that's what relationships are like. That's how romance works. That's how love forms. And oh boy, was I wrong. Now, these things are nice, like the romanticized movies and TV shows and love stories, you know, these kinds of things. They're really nice, but they are a form of art. Like, it's not real. It's not how reality is. You know, it's a very, in a way, there's like a little bit of truth to it, but it's a very exaggerated truth to what actually love really is. And the problem with that is that a lot of people like myself grow up thinking that that is how love is. Like if you're just romantic enough to the person that you like, that you have a crush on, they'll just magically fall in love with you, when it's actually a lot more complex than that. You know, there's a lot of things that need to come into context, right? You writing a love poem to your crush, you know, is not going to necessarily guarantee that they're going to fall in love with you. And no amount of you liking them, no amount of you loving them and liking them so much is going to make them like you back in return. If the person that you're crushing on isn't already attracted to you, there isn't much you can do. Now, there's a quote that I really love that's from another dating coach called David D'Angelo, and it is, attraction isn't a choice. And I'll leave a video here basically because he does actually talk about this in one of his YouTube videos about attraction isn't a choice. And I highly recommend that you watch it because it's really insightful and really informative. But attraction isn't a choice. And basically what that means is if they are not attracted to you already, then there's not really much you can do to convince them. Like attraction is something that is kind of like an instant thing. Like either you know straight away if you like someone or not, whether you're attracted to them enough to give them a chance. Now, sometimes you can be attracted to someone, it's a complete 10 out of 10. They don't really have to do much. You're instantly attracted to them. You instantly want to get to know them in a romantic way. And other times, you know, you become kind of attracted to someone like, oh yeah, I think they're kind of cute. Maybe I'll give them a chance and see how things go, right? And there are other people that you see and you meet and you realize that, oh no, this is just a friendship thing. Like there's no way I would want to be with this person in that kind of romantic way. It's more like a friendship thing. Or it may be the case that you are completely disgusted by them. Like you don't find them attractive. You don't want to be friends with them. You think their personality is horrible. You know, something like that. And you've got to realize that everybody else is like that as well, including your crush. And they might be one of these people that are just not interested in you. They might be one of these people that think you're a nice person, but they're not attracted to you in that kind of romantic way. And this is where like most of the people you come into contact with are going to be, right? It's very rare that you meet someone who is like 10 out of 10, like I want to date you, I want to be with you in a romantic way straight away. Like it's very rare when those kinds of occasions happen. And there's going to be other people that you meet that are more likely that are like, oh yeah, I think you're kind of cute. I'll give you a chance. I'll go out on a date with you. But most of the time, they're going to be these kinds of people where they just see you as a friend, right? Because, you know, attraction and being attracted to someone isn't something that we can control. That's why there are lesbians out there like me. That's why there's gay guys. You know, if life was how I wanted it to be, if I wanted the easiest life possible for me, then I would have just chose to be attracted to guys. But unfortunately, attraction isn't a choice. I'm not attracted to guys, and therefore my life is a little bit more difficult because I am gay. So it's like something like that. You know, you can't pick and choose who you're attracted to. It's just not how it works. It's not how the game works. And if your crush isn't attracted to you, there's nothing they can do about it. Yeah, they might even think like, oh my God, this person is really nice. I wish I could be attracted to them because they're such a nice person, because they're lovely to talk to, whatever it may be. But I just can't get that romantic feeling for them. I just can't develop it. It's just not there. It's just not there. And if you can tell that it's just not there for them, if they're not willing to go out on a date with you, if they cancel on you, if they give you excuses, if it's not easy, if it's not effortless to get them out on a date, if it's really difficult, if they just keep on saying to you, I just want to be friends, that's how you know you need to let go of them. And it's not their fault. And it's not your fault either. You can't help being attracted to them, but they also can't help not being attracted to you. And there's nothing that you can do to convince them to be attracted to you. It's just not there. They just can't. They just don't have it inside of them. So what I would say to you then is now to just not take it personally, but to just simply move on and find someone else to date, to, you know, find someone who is attracted to you, someone who is willing to go out with you, someone who is interested in you in a romantic way. Don't get hung up on guys, girls, whoever it is that is just not interested in you, because there's not a lot you can do to change them. And love is not like how it is in the movies. Like if you just love them enough, if you just send them enough flowers, if you just write them enough love letters, if you just write them enough poems, if you just, you know, do a grand gesture like dedicate a song to them, you know, no amount of you doing that is going to make them like you back. They have to feel it. And if they don't feel it, they can't do it. They can't go out with you. They can't be in a relationship with you. They can't force it. And, you know, if you've got to force something, it's not going to be good. And why would you want to be with someone who's like having to like really force themselves to be there? You know, why don't you want to be with someone who actually really wants to be with you, who actually is putting in the effort, who's trying their best to be with you, who's always putting their best foot forward? You know, that's kind of the best person to be with, to be around, because it's more effortless. It's not so difficult, right? So be with someone who wants to be there. Find someone and crush on someone and start dating someone who has those same kind of feelings for you, who wants the same kinds of things with you, who really, really wants to be there. And why settle for anything less than that? Because anything less than that is going to be difficult, it's going to be boring, and it's not going to be as fun. The best times that I've ever had in my life when it comes to dating is when I go on a date with someone, with a girl who likes me as much as I like them. And that's why, one of the reasons why I married my wife, because I really liked her and she really liked me, and we have great chemistry, we have great fun together, we care about each other very deeply, we both love each other mutually, and that's why it works. And it can't work with someone who doesn't love you mutually. It could never work with someone who doesn't love you mutually. It would just be boring and difficult. And you don't want to have a life that is boring and difficult, especially if you're trying to find someone who you can spend the rest of your life with. You don't want to spend it with someone who doesn't want to be there. Trust me, you want to spend it with someone who really, really likes you, who really wants to be there. And that's the best kind of relationship. And if they're not displaying that, then that's how you know that you need to let go of that crush. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you guys again very soon. Goodbye, guys.